ready? Ah!
Hey friends, welcome back for another awesome weekend. Gordy, sorry for knocking over all your cups. Looks like you were working really hard over there.
I was practicing the art of focus.
Interesting.
Yeah, I knew we were talking about hard work today, so I thought to myself, what is the hardest, most difficult thing I could do? And then I had it. Stack as many cups as possible in the quickest amount of time.
That was your idea of hard work, was stacking cups?
Hey, don't judge. What did you do as hard work?
Oh, I'll show you what I did. I picked all the weeds in my mom's front yard this weekend, all by myself.
That's it?
That's it. Gordy, it took me like over 3 hours to do this.
Well, it could have taken me over 3 hours to stack all those cups, but somebody came to interrupt me.
Okay, maybe.
Why are we even talking about hard work today? Hard work is so hard.
Gordy, I think that's the point.
Well, I've done plenty of hard work in my life.
Like stacking bowls or something?
No, like cleaning my room, helping out with my siblings, doing my homework, having a job.
Whew, yeah. Hard work is really hard. And all those things sound exhausting. But not as exhausting as stacking cups.
All right, that's it. It sounds like you need to try for yourself. Why don't you try to stack cups?
Okay, I will. And I'll bet you I can stack them faster than you can.
All right, 30 seconds to see who can stack the most cups. Ready? Go.
So hard. This is the hardest work I've ever done in my life.
Focus.
Oh, you were going faster
Art
than me.
of focus.
How do you stack cups?
Rookie. Oh, yeah. Excuse me, can I get more space?
How much time do we have left?
Picking up some space
How
over
much
there.
time? Okay, can we do...
I think I win. Obviously, I win. What do you guys think?
Wow, that really was one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Really?
No, Gordy, that was easy-ish. Hey, don't be so bummed out. We still have so much fun stuff to do, especially our game today, which is called the most random trivia ever. All right, guys, the way this game works is we are going to be reading a series of very random trivia. You guys are gonna have to try and guess what the answer is. We're gonna try and guess what the answer is, and we're gonna have some fun. Are you ready? You ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. First question is, how many folds are in a traditional chef's hat? A, 100, B, 40, or C, 80? You know, they're like really big, tall hats, and they have all these like, little crinkly lines around them.
I do a lot of cooking. Like to
you
pretend I'm from Ratatouille.
I was just gonna say that.
They're fancy.
They are fancy.
There's a lot of folds. I am going to go with, I think there's a lot, but not that many, so 80.
80?
C.
Okay. I think 82. All right. The correct answer is 100.
Wow.
It's to signify that there are 100 different ways to cook an egg.
That is a fancy hat.
Wow.
What does the M&M stand for on M&M candies? A, Matt and Marlene. So it sounds like grandparents. B, Mars and Murray.
Also sounds like different.
Also sounds like C, munching and melting.
Oh.
I think I know what it is.
You think it's munching and melting?
Obviously, it makes sense.
I think it's Mars and Murray.
Interesting.
The answer is, oh, Mars and Murray.
Congratulations, you got one.
All right, how far can the sound of a whale's heartbeat travel? A, 1 mile, B, 2 miles, or C, 500 feet?
Interesting.
They say that like a blue whale's heart is the size of a VW bug.
Do they say that?
They do.
Who says that?
I don't know. I've been told
People
that.
say that. What do you think?
I'm going to guess 1 mile. I think that seems like a reasonable distance.
I'm just going to go more extreme than you. And I'm going to go B, 2 miles.
All right, the answer is B, 2 miles. Wow. What did you guys guess?
At least I got one in this game.
All
I'm sure
right,
they did.
next question is, how many Grammys did Elvis Presley win? Do you guys even know who Elvis Presley is? Do you know who
He's
Elvis
the
Presley
king,
is?
obviously.
What's a song that he sings?
You know, the Elvis song.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
Yep.
It's a real big hit.
All right, Gordy, how many hits on his song does he have? Does he have A, 3 Grammys, B, none, or C, 4?
I think this is a trick question. I think they're going to hype up Elvis, but there's actually no Grammys to his name.
Oh,
none.
really?
B, none. I will not be tricked.
Well, I think he's the king, so I think he has 4. C, what do you guys think? The answer is
Ooh.
A, 3. Both of us are wrong.
The king has
Did you guys
3.
get that right?
They're huge Elvis fans. Of course
Probably.
They did. Of course.
All right.
All right. How many NFL football teams have a plant as their logo? A, none of them. That's what you would think. B, 2 of them. C, 1 of them.
Well, I know 1 for sure, so I'm gonna guess 1. C, 1.
I am going to go with 2, even though I can't think of
I
any.
was gonna say, can you
but
name those?
we'll go with 2.
All right, the correct answer is 1. The
Wow.
Saints logo is actually a stylized lily.
Wow.
That was the team I
Fancy.
knew.
Next one. How much does it cost to make a $1 bill? A, 5 cents. B, 10 cents. C, nothing.
Interesting. Costs money to make money.
Yeah, that's, wow, write that down. It's important.
I'm gonna go with A, 5 cents.
Wow, 5 cents seems like
What do you guys
quite
think?
a bit to pay for a $1 bill.
You think it's nothing?
It's free, yeah. Money's free.
Okay.
Crazy these days.
Grows on
free money.
trees, right?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
The answer is A, 5 cents.
Did not get that one right.
All right, last question. Are you ready?
Ooh.
What is the technical name for a hashtag? Is it diaresis? Diaresis?
You say it with enough confidence, you're right.
Okay. B, octothorpe, or C, ampersand?
Yes.
What do you think?
Hashtag all of the above. Just kidding.
I think it's B, octothorpe.
Yep, as an octopus lover, that's correct.
Okay, the answer is B, octothorpe.
Finish
Way
strong.
to go. All right, guys, how did you do? Did you get any of them right?
I got all of them.
Hopefully you guys had fun playing our game today.
Woo! All right, that was awesome.
I know, game time rules,
So does worship. Should we get to it?
for sure.
All right, everybody on your feet. It's time to worship.
Wherever I go and whatever I do, north, south, east, west, I want to follow you. And wherever you lead, yeah, that's where I want to be. 'Cause God, you are my God, I want to follow you. You're my maker, my father, you're my best friend. And you love me, you hear me, that will never end. I'll seek you, I'll find you, I'll give you my praise, and I will follow you all of my days. All my days. And wherever you lead, yeah, that's where I wanna be. 'Cause God, you are my God, I wanna follow you. You're my maker, my father, you're my best friend. And you love me, you hear me, that will never end. I'll seek you, I'll find you, I'll give you my praise, and I will follow you all of my days. All my days. When I get quiet and I read your word, open up my heart, I want to worship maker, my father, you're my best friend. And you love me, you hear me, that will never end. I'll seek you, I'll find you, I'll give you my praise, and I will follow you. You're my maker, my father, you're my best friend. And you love me, you hear me, that will never end. I'll seek you, I'll find you, I'll give you my praise, and I will follow you all of my days. All my days. All my days. All my days.
All the static, all the noise can't compete with your beat. Tuning in to your voice, it's your love on repeat. Shout it out, tell the world I found a meaning. Can't be quiet anymore, you're the song I'm singing. Can you hear it? Through a million voices, you're the sound all around. Love is big, love is loud like. Video heart goes on and on. You play my song, so turn it up, can't get enough of your love. 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 You make my heart go boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. You make my heart go boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. All the static, all the noise can't compete with your beat. Tuning in to your voice, it's your love on repeat. Shout it out, tell the world I found a meaning. Can't be quiet anymore, you're the song I'm singing. Can you hear it? Through a million voices, you're the sound all around. Love is big, love is loud like. Video heart goes on and on. You play my song, so turn it up, can't get enough of your love. 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 You make my heart go boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. You make my heart go boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Jesus, my heart is yours, now and forevermore. Let it only be for you. Jesus, my heart is yours, now and forevermore. Let it only be for you. Jesus, my heart is yours, now and forevermore. Let it only be for you. Jesus, my heart is yours, now and forevermore. Let it only be for you. Video heart goes on and on. You play my song, so turn it up, can't get enough of. Video heart goes on and on. You play my song, so turn it up, can't get enough of your love. 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 You make my heart go boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. You make my heart go boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
All right, Gordies, so you know we're talking about hard work today and how it's another piece of wisdom that we're learning from Proverbs.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested to hear what Taylor has to talk about today because I'm hoping if he says it's hard work, you don't have to do it.
Gordy, I hate to break it to you, but I think that I know he potentially, definitely is not going to say that.
Aw, man.
I know, hard work is hard, but it helps us in our relationship with God and with others.
I guess those are two pretty important things.
They sure are. Let's stop waiting and let's get to the Bible breakdown.
Hello, everybody. This is Taylor here with another Bible breakdown in our Proverbs series. Now, I'm willing to bet that you can see that I have facial hair, okay? I don't have a huge beard, but I have a beard, and I have not shaved my beard off for, all the way off for probably 5 or 6 years now. And something I need to tell you is that I actually started shaving my face when I was 5 years old, okay? 5. People normally start probably sometime in high school. They probably should start freshman year, but they're embarrassed, so then they do it later. I don't really know. I started shaving when I was 5 years old. But if I was actually being real honest with you, I did not have a razor blade on the end of that razor. You see, my grandpa, whenever he would come and visit, he would shave in the bathroom, and I wanted to be just like my grandpa. So whenever my grandpa went shaving, I would go in the bathroom, I would put shaving cream on my face. Like I said, there was not a razor blade at the end of the razor, so I didn't actually start shaving when I was 5 years old. And I would, as my grandpa would shave his beard, I would then shave the cream off of my face. You see, I've always looked up to my grandpa, and that's probably the earliest memory I have of him. And I was thinking about that in preparation for today's discussion in our Proverbs series, because my grandpa is probably the hardest worker that I know. You see, just a few days ago, he turned 84, but I remember last year on his birthday when he turned 83, I gave him a call to wish him a happy birthday, and I asked what he had done that day, and he'd just gotten back from building his neighbor's fence, which, his neighbor is 30 years younger than him, so he probably should have built his own fence, but my grandpa, being 83 years old, stepped up and helped build the fence. You see, my grandpa is such a hard worker. When I think of the word lazy, my grandpa is never attached to that. But I bet you can think of hardworking people. Maybe it's your parents, maybe it's a teacher. I don't know who that is for you, but you can also probably think of people that are pretty lazy, which might be you watching this video. Maybe you are constantly playing video games, or maybe you are always on your iPad. I'm not really sure, but if you were being honest, you would probably say, yeah, I'm lazy, or you know who lazy people are. Today, we're going to talk about laziness because the book of Proverbs talks about that topic. It talks about hard work, and we're really going to learn that wise people are hard workers. There's a proverb to start this whole thing off that I want to read to you that is in Proverbs 6:6. It says, "Take a lesson from the ants, you lazy bones. Learn from their ways and become wise." I want to take a second and talk about ants for a second, because Proverbs just introduced ants. And when I think of ants, I think of just the people, especially in elementary school, that just wanted to smash them all the time. For me, I always kind of felt bad for the ants, so I never wanted to do that. But I don't know which side of the camp you are on, if it's smash the ants or take care of the ants. But in thinking about ants, I was just researching ants, and I found out that ants can actually carry up to 50 times their weight, which is crazy to think, okay? They can carry some type of stick or leaf or whatever that weighs 50 times the amount that they do. And on top of that, I found out that ants sometimes will go 100 yards, which is the length of a football field, just to get food. Now, if you and I are walking 100 yards, yeah, you might feel a little bit tired. It's really not that bad at all for us human beings. But for an ant to walk that far and then come all the way back to where it lives with food, carrying whatever it had to carry, that is very hard work. You see, ants are hard workers. So instead of thinking about smashing them, Proverbs tells us that we should actually learn from them. We should learn from them because ants are not lazy. And we should not be lazy people. At least if you want to be wise, you should not be lazy. There's a couple things about laziness and hard work that I want you guys to learn from today's message. The first thing to know about hard work is this. Hard work helps us accomplish our goals. Hard work helps us accomplish our goals. It says this in Proverbs 13:4. It says, lazy people want much. Okay, they want a lot of things, but they get little. But those who work hard will prosper. I was thinking of one of my former students this week. I work with middle school students here at North Coast Church, and I was talking to one of their dads about just how hardworking their son is. He's this guy that he wants like expensive instruments all the time. But he's a freshman in high school. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't like get all this money from all these places, but he really wants to have these expensive instruments. So what he has decided to do is he's decided to have his sister drive him around to all like different thrift stores or to Goodwill and buy like cheap instruments. And what he does is then he fixes the instrument up and then he sells it for like for a profit. So whatever he bought it for, he sells it for more. So he's able to make money that way. And he does that with a lot of different instruments. So because of that, he's been able to buy a lot of the expensive instruments that he really wants to buy. He put his mind to it and he worked hard. You see, I bet you have goals, or at least someday you're gonna have goals in your life, and you're gonna come to find out that you can't just play your iPad all the time. You can't just be playing your video games if you want to be able to reach your goals. So the wise thing to do in life is to work hard, because that's how Proverbs said is how you're gonna prosper. But the second thing that I want you to know about hard work is this. Working hard is what Jesus did. Jesus, he was a hard worker. Now, I know video games and iPads did not exist when Jesus walked this earth, but if they did, I really don't think, from what I've read in Scripture, Jesus would just be on the couch playing them all the time. Whenever I read Scripture, I see that Jesus was always out teaching people, he was helping people, he was healing people, he was serving others. You see, Jesus really cared about others. And the thing is, when we are always just super lazy and just lay around all the time, all we're really doing is just thinking about ourselves. But when we're out working hard and helping others, just like Jesus did, well, we're thinking of others. We're caring about others. We can be there for other people. Jesus was there for others because he was such a hard worker. And if we want to be lights, meaning if we want to reflect Jesus well, we are going to be people that work hard as well. Now, am I saying that you can never play your iPad again, be on your iPad, play a video game, scroll through a phone if you have a phone, take a nap? I'm not saying you can never do those things. Whenever we read the Bible, Jesus rested. When God created the world, he rested as well. But I think there's a difference between just resting a little bit, maybe being lazy like one day, and just having a continual life of always being lazy. I think if you looked at your life and other people described your life, they should be able to say, oh no, that person, they are a hard worker. Yeah, they played their video games all day one day, but generally they are a very hard worker. You see, when we work hard, we reflect Jesus well. So I want to challenge you, look for ways to work hard. It's going to benefit you. It's going to help you prosper, like the book of Proverbs said. But it's also going to be a great example of Jesus and his life. Look for ways to work hard, to serve others, to help other people out this week. Let's go ahead and pray. God, thank you for today's challenge to work hard. I pray that you motivate us to do that, because oftentimes we don't really want to work hard. It's way easier just to lay down. But God, reveal to us why it is so important to work hard and help us do that. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Hey guys, it's me again, and as always, it's challenge time, and I have two for you. Shocker. The first one is our memory verse, Proverbs 3:5-6. This week, I want to challenge you guys to look up our memory verse. You probably don't even need to look it up because you already know it, but I want you to write this memory verse down, and I want you to tape it on your bathroom mirror or a mirror in your room or somewhere that you're going to see it every day. Maybe put it in your car, maybe put it on the kitchen counter, somewhere that you're going to see it every day so that you can see it and remember to put it into action during the day. So that's my challenge for you guys with our memory verse this week. The second challenge is to take what Taylor said today and to put it into action. You guys know the drill. But today I want to read you a verse, and it's one of my favorite verses, one that I think about all the time. and it's in Colossians, and it's chapter 3, verse 23. And it says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as if you are working for God and not for humans." I think about this verse all the time, and it encourages me that sometimes it's so easy to think about what we're doing and think about it in a selfish way, like, how does this benefit me, or how does this make my life better? But the Bible tells us to be hard workers at everything we do, as if we're working for God. And if God was standing in the room when I was folding my laundry, you better believe that I would fold my shirts as nice as I could, you guys, and that I would make sure my room was super clean, and that I would make sure everything I did was exactly how it should be, because God is in the room. And we should be working like that all the time. We should be choosing to be hard workers as if God is right there with us. Because like Taylor said, when we are hard workers, it shows other people Jesus. And isn't that our goal? To show other people who Jesus is? And when we are choosing to be hard workers in everything we do, it's an example to others of who Jesus is. Because like Taylor said, Jesus is a hard worker. And we see that all throughout the Bible. So when we're hard workers, it's an example to others of who Jesus is. So I encourage you guys this week to work hard at everything you do as if Jesus is right there. Be an encouragement to others and make sure that everything you do shows them who Jesus is.
All right, so hard work is really important.
It really is. And God asks us to strive to be as hard workers as we can and not to be lazy.
I know, and I'm good at being lazy sometimes.
Same, me too. And it's okay to rest sometimes, but there is a difference between resting and being lazy. I have some really great examples of hard workers in my life. Just like Taylor, my grandpa is such a great example to me of what it looks like to be a hard worker. He works from morning till night. He was wise with his money. He worked hard at his relationships. He always had a good relationship with God, and I really hope I can be just like him one day.
That is really cool, Alexis. I know I have some great examples of hard workers in my life as well, and I should take some pointers from them as well.
That's a great idea, Gordy. And it's a great point for us to know that if we're hard workers, that maybe we never know who's watching us and maybe is learning from us on how to be a hard worker too.
That's a great point. I should get to stacking more cups.
Gordy.
I'm joking.
Well, guys, that's all we have for today. We'll see you next time.
Bye.